All right, welcome everybody to another CNC Q A Podcast. Hope everybody's doing well. I know Jerry's a little hot. Sounds like man, 100 degrees. That's rough. But like Paul said, it's a dry heat, right? So no humidity like down here in Georgia. All right, let me bring the other guys in. There we are. We've got Mr. Ryan.
Hey,
Welcome, sir. See you back home, not on location anymore.
no, back here, and Jerry's hot and I'm wet. Take with that what you want.
I was going to say something, but I will refrain from that.
to everybody out in the chat, I had a rainstorm here like an hour and a half ago, and the conduit that comes through the basement wall that has the internet cabling going through it decided to get a whole lot of water in it, and so there's water all behind my walls back here, and so I just ran out and bought a dehumidifier trying to dry it out. So that's why it's wet.
Can you get back in there with a shop vac and suck any of it up?
No, it's only this. It's only this
Well, I
wide.
mean, like with the wand, push it back in there and
No, it's this wide. I'm this wide. No fitty back there at all. Not unless I took out the drywall. So there's like a foot wide cavity that goes between this wall here and the wall of the house. The way I built the room, because it's got that big puffy insulation stuff. So I just built the walls off of the next joint into the room. So yeah, so there's about a foot of space there that it's now has a lot of water. No. So it was another $200 I was not expecting to spend today. So, oh well, it is what it is.
It's only money.
Yeah, it's only money. My wife can go make more.
Okay, that's a good way to put it.
Just pad them hours a little more.
Yeah. Oh, crazy.
All right, Paul, what's up with you, buddy?
Hey, not a whole lot. I bought a new computer that I don't have yet, but it's coming.
Nice.
And I 3D printed this little thing to keep change in my car.
Oh, yeah.
There you go.
Because I always, when I go through a drive-through or something, I just throw my loose change in an available cubby. So I made this to fit in a cubby, and it'll hold spare change.
Yeah.
There you go. Now, was that one designed for your RAV4 or?
I'll tell you when I try to fit it in the cubby.
Okay.
If not, it'll just kind of float around in a bigger cubby.
There you go. Okay. Good deal.
All righty. Well, I've got a list of notes here. I got several things I want to talk about. But one thing, I've got kind of I won't say a big announcement, maybe a small announcement, a medium announcement or something, but announcement nonetheless. And I'm going to go ahead and get it right out of the way. This is going to be the last CNC Q A podcast because I'm changing the name.
Oh, okay.
Because it's yours and you can do whatever you want.
Well, when I started doing this, I've done like several different ones, 3 or 4. This is like the 4th one. And when I didn't know what to call it, so I called it CNC Q A Podcast because it started out kind of around the NEMA Labs machines, and I really thought there would be a lot of beginner questions from those folks, the people that are buying those machines and stuff like that. And that ended up really not being the case. So it's not really been all about that. And if you know me and anybody's followed me for a long time, you know that I'm all about the hobby CNC and getting people into the hobby. And if it turns into some kind of little side hustle or something, that's great. In fact, I can name a handful of people that started out buying one of my Gatton CNC kits, just tinkering around. Next thing you know, they're adding a laser and different equipment, and now they've got a business. Um, either the Gatton CNC kit or the GarageWorks CNCs that I used to sell. But anyway, I got thinking about it and just decided just today I'm going back to this.
There you go.
With Dave. That
Sounds
was
good.
probably one of my most fun live streams when I was doing that one. And so this is technically episode 44, but I don't know what to call next one because it'll be this. And I've already done 68 under this moniker. So anyway, that's the only big change. We're going to try to focus on some different things. Like I said, I love talking about hobby CNC, especially the DIY builds and stuff like that. And I'm pretty sure it's not. Well, it's pretty much in concrete right now. But I'm going to have a guest next week and hope to get some more too. So always have to just listen to me. But let me do one more thing real quick.
I'm disappointed with the name change
Why is that?
because it should be Hobby CNC with Dave and his best friends Ryan and Paul.
Yeah, that's a heck of a good idea.
Well, I got room to add y'all's names right here. Yeah, that's the old sign that used to hang behind me in the office.
Yeah.
And I thought, you know what? I'll go ahead and just call it that again.
There you go.
And try to, because I mean, that's pretty much what I try to talk about anyway. We do talk about other stuff also, but
Cool.
anyway, that's my big announcement, and we'll get that out of the way.
Does that mean I can't show any projects unless I'd made them on the CNC?
No.
Okay.
It says hobby CNC, which we've all said CNC could be lasers and
All kinds of robots.
3D printers and all that.
Yep.
I'm a little biased towards the CNC routers, but I do love my 3D printer as well, and my CO2 laser.
Speaking of CNCs, did you see what Landis said? Landis ordered the same dust shoe you have, and it arrived yesterday, but it was the clear version. It was the Bluetooth dust shoe.
That sucks. That really, and I've got stuff from Amazon before too. In fact, I got something. It was some kind of hardware, screws or bolts or something. And the guy pulls up in the van, gets out, and he has to know there's nothing in it because it was in one of those like envelope things.
Yeah.
And it had a hole tore in the bottom of it, so it was just an empty little thing, didn't weigh nothing. And he come up and set it on my porch. It's one to blow off, but I went out there and got it, and I'm like, well, this is stupid. You didn't even know that there wasn't nothing in it. But yeah, they made it right. But it's annoying when you're, you want your stuff.
Yeah.
Speaking of stuff, I got something cool. UPS brought it about 5:15 today, and a lot of you may already be using this stuff, but I'm going to do a little unboxing. I haven't even opened my box to see. It looks like the box isn't beat up, so I'm hoping it's in good shape. But we'll be talking about that here in a little bit.
Earl's asking if you still have the Nemo Labs.
I do. As a matter of fact, I have 5 of them. I have. Let me explain. I have the 5040 that they first sent me for review. And I did several videos. I did a bunch of videos on that machine. Then they sent me a 6040 to review. And that's when I had the big enclosure set up. When I started doing this live stream, that's kind of what it was all about. I was kind of basing it all around those machines because I thought there would be, them being a new company, I thought they would really be pushing this hard, and there'd be a lot of questions and stuff like that. Turns out, I don't know what it is with that company, but they're great little machines, but they don't spend a dime on advertising. So they didn't push them, and consequently, nobody really. A lot of people still, if you say Nemo Labs, they're like, "What the heck is that?" They don't know what it is. So that's why I kind of parted ways with them. And then, like I said, I've got 5 machines. I've got some other ones that they had sent me because they were sending me Amazon returns because they had nobody else. They didn't have anybody in the U.S. other than Amazon doing their stuff. Everything they sold, whether it was through their website or through Amazon, Amazon did all their deliveries and stuff like that. Well, when they would send one to a customer and the customer would, not like it for whatever reason, or maybe they used it real quick and back up, sent it within the 30 days. They didn't have nothing to do with it because Amazon said, okay, now that you got a machine that's not sellable, and they didn't have anything, it would just sit there and they were losing money on it. So Nemo Labs started sending them to me. I would check them out, refurbish them if needed. Most of the time it was just replacing the manual or whatever was missing out of it, boxing them up, and then they were selling them on their, open box thing on their website. So I was doing that for a while. Well, finally, when we agreed to kind of part ways, I said, well, if you're not going to spend any money on advertising, I'm going to move on and do something else. And I said, as of this date, don't send me any more Amazon returns or anything. I don't want anything. Well, it turns out I got 3 more machines after that. I think there's 2 5040s and another 64. I think one of them I haven't even opened up. I'm assuming it's okay. The other 2 were. So I got 5 machines back there. And the guy from Nemo Lab says, well, you just keep them, sell them, do whatever you want to with them. I have got them around in storage. And at some point, I'll pull them out, assemble them, and probably sell them on Facebook Marketplace or something. I don't know. But yeah, that's what happened to the Nemo Labs machines. And I might keep that 6040 because it was a good little machine. But as soon as I spit that out of my mouth, I'm like, you don't need another CNC machine, Dave. You got the
no-name beast.
You got the Mac Daddy right here. So, and that's another thing I wanted to talk about. We talked about it briefly before we went live here, but I don't know if y'all remember when I used to have my glorious Avid Pro 4848 behind me here, and then I got wild hair to sell it, and my friend Melinda has been wanting one and knew what a great deal it was because it was already put together, and the newer ones have gone up a lot in price. So she gave me a good price for it, and I sold it, went over to her shop, helped her set it up, got it running. She's having a blast with it. As far as I can tell, she sends me pictures of projects and stuff she's doing on it. So she's having a good time with it. But I kind of got some, not buyer's remorse, but seller's remorse, I guess. After I sold it, I thought, man, that was a really nice machine. And this little Sidewinder I had behind me, it was okay. But I really, really started kind of missing that Avid. Well, that's when I got the wild hair to just go crazy with this old Sidewinder 4x4 frame. And I built and I still haven't come up with a name for it, but I love that thing. I no longer miss that Avid at all. I think selling it was the best thing I ever did because now I've got money in my pocket. Because I probably, now granted, I already had the steel frame, but I probably got about $2,000 in what I spent. A lot of that stuff I already had, because I've been collecting crap
Yeah.
over the years. The NEMA 34 motors, the Masso Generation 2 controller, the steel frame, I already had all that. But all the other stuff, the linear rails, the ball screws, the drag chains and miscellaneous hardware and all that kind of stuff. And now the way I have that thing set up, and especially with the tool setter, now it's not as nice as an ATC, like a rapid change, which I would love to have. And it's definitely not as nice as a ATC like
The pneumatic ones.
Yeah, the PWN
Yeah.
$3,700 one. But I'll never have one of those. That's just way too much. And I really don't buy a rapid change because I don't really do stuff that's requires that many tool changes. And when I do, I'm having fun just doing it with that tool setter. It's just a matter of I have the machine set up so that it comes to the center of the machine all the way to the front. I pop the dust piece, the dust shoe off because the front half comes off. About 20 seconds or less to change the tool, get done, hit cycle start, and it hits the tool. So it does everything else automatically. So it's that close to being a real automatic tool changer. Not quite as nice, but I'm just having a ball running stuff. I got a project sitting on it right now that's still clamped up. I'm going to try to. I'm working on a video on it, so be trying to finish it up tomorrow. But yeah, really, really happy with that thing.
Good.
And got a lot of stuff's gonna come off that thing. Y'all better be ready for it because old Dave's been sitting at the computer, Paul, and designing stuff. I got a bunch of stuff coming down the pipe. So, and probably what stuff I do, y'all will get to see it first here if you're watching here. That's probably the way I'll work it. Anyway.
Got a couple things here for you before we move on.
Okay. Well, I'm going to be queuing something up while you're.
Yep. John Thompson says that you should just add all the episodes together because they're all CNC in some sort of way. So yeah, you'd be on like episode like 787 between all the shows.
Well,
or you could just make up a number. I mean, like 787. Hey.
Well, I thought what I would do is I couldn't remember exactly how many I did under the Hobby CNC with Dave name. Yeah. And I have a playlist already set up that has all 68 episodes in it. So next week, when we break out the new old name for good, we'll call episode 69, I guess.
Yeah.
Oh. But yeah, we're just going to be kind of picking up where we left off a couple of years ago. And by the way, I wrote it down here because I knew I wouldn't remember it. But the Hobby CNC with Dave started on January 15th, 2022, and we ran consecutively.
Yeah.
Consecutively. Never missed a Saturday night. And back then we was on prime time.
Mm-hmm.
It was on Saturday nights. Ran all the way through May 20th, 2023. So 68 weeks straight, no breaks. And that's probably why I got a little burnt out doing it. And was going to take a little break. And then the very following Saturday, this guy comes up with this making it up as we go stuff. And he's been going since May 27, 2020.
Well, no, it was 2 hours after you said, no, there's not going to be a show this week. And I went, what am I going to do?
And I think you've only missed a couple, haven't you, Ryan?
Yeah, we've only missed a couple.
Yeah.
As a whole.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's how that other primetime show got launched. It's still going strong. So kudos to you, Ryan, for taking over and keeping that going.
We got to give Paul something to do on Saturday nights.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
great.
Well, we
That's
try to
great.
keep him busy. I keep him busy on Wednesdays, and you keep him busy on Saturday, and Kilroy keeps him busy on Sundays sometimes. So we
Yep.
try to keep him out of trouble.
Yep. Oh, yeah.
It's no easy challenge, is it?
Yeah. Nope. And also, Kenneth is asking here if anybody's had any experience with EMI. He had a job shift on him for 5 inches on a second pass. And he removed the router from cord from the drag beam. Everything was okay. He also wrapped the copper wire around the dust collection and grounded it. I have not.
I have not, because my wiring is so sloppy that you couldn't force EMI. Kind of looks like those G3s.
Yeah, no two wires are that close together, Paul.
That's right.
Well, if you watched my last week's video when I made the skillet paddles, in that video I mentioned that I was on the fourth one. I'd run 3 previous, and I was over here. I can't remember if I was sanding or using my little makeshift router table to put roundovers on them. I was doing something. Wasn't really paying attention. And I turned around and I looked, and I'm like, uh-oh, that hole's not supposed to be in the middle of the part, because there's like a little hole in the handle part. And so I stopped it. And then once I shut the dust collection off, because it's loud, and once I shut that off where I could hear, I could tell that there was a thunderstorm that had rolled in. And there was thundering and lightning out and stuff. And I'm like, well, I don't have any explanation for why it got off like that. But I'm guessing that lightning may have made the power flicker for just a split second. Maybe that made it skip a couple of lines or something. I don't know. All I know is I shut it off, went into lunch, checked the forecast, and it was going to rain the rest of the day. So I waited until the next day, come out here, fired it up, and it ran all the rest of them fine with that issue. So I'm going to say it had something to do with that lightning storm that I was trying to run in. Didn't even realize it was doing anything outside, because when you're in here with that stuff going, especially my dust collector, and I have the door closed, you can't hear what's going on outside. So, but I haven't had any issues with EMI up until that time, which, like I said, I think that's probably some lightning stuff going on.
Yeah.
All right, let's.
Troy's suggesting that the Christmas challenge prizes could be the Nemo Labs machines.
Well, I was thinking
Dave doesn't do the Christmas challenge anymore, so he's not going to put those.
Yeah, it's the Art Ballard Designs.
Christmas I don't know if it's going to be the Art Ballard Designs Christmas challenge this year either.
Yeah.
We need some more participation.
I think Ryan figured out that I was right about how much of a pain in the butt that could be to host that thing.
It's a lot of fun to do. It's just there was just not enough participation to make all the work and all the promises I made to sponsors and all that.
Yeah.
We'll see. I mean, I don't know. There has not been a decision made, so we'll see.
Yeah. Well, I could probably hook you up with a Nemo Labs machine of some type for a prize should you decide to host it again.
You kind of addressed this one already. Marcella might not have been in the show at that point. What he's asking, I guess, what it costs to make your machine, the Big
Well,
Daddy.
well, here's the thing. It's really impossible for me to give you an answer because the steel frame, uh, I already had that. I had that from nearly 20 years ago. And what I did is when I designed that, it would have been a lot more expensive because I got one of them or one set. But what I did is at the time I was selling the smaller cyber machine. So when I placed my order with the sheet metal guys to make that little sheet metal parts, I said, "Oh, by the way, throw this in too." And so they get, I got a better price because it wasn't the only parts they were doing. But if you were to
Yep.
try to, even if I gave you the drawings for this frame and you went to a local sheet metal company and said, "Hey, I got these drawings. Can you make this?" I can tell you it would be very expensive. I worked in the sheet metal business. So the people that made my parts, I had either worked there before or was working for currently. So I got lots of connections in the sheet metal industry. That's why a lot of my machines were made out of sheet metal. Um, and I made it easy for them because instead of just handing them drawings and then their engineers having to draw the stuff up, 3D model it, and all that to be able to run their big commercial lasers and press brakes and all that stuff, I handed them SolidWorks drawings, which is what they were going to make. So all the engineering work was done by me.
Yeah.
The bend allowance, all that stuff. I'd say, what kind of tooling you got? What kind of, because that's what I used to do. So I got that cheap. But if you forget about the frame and forget about the Masso, because I already had that, Jad had sent me that about 9 years ago. Altogether, probably somewhere between two and I'll say between $1,800 and $2,500 is probably close to what I spent. Uh, as I mentioned, the most expensive thing was that 1,500 millimeter piece of aluminum extrusion that my X gantry is. That thing was, well, it was $321, and then its taxes and shipping was another 100. So it cost me $421 for that one big chunk of aluminum.
Oof.
So, uh, but yeah, it's super happy with that machine. I'm so glad I went ahead and built. I know Ryan don't like the squared off side upright things, but I'm going to keep them.
Curve.
I'm going to keep them pointy just to annoy the crap out of them.
If you really want to annoy him, you'd sharpen them a little bit.
Yeah.
I think I'm going to put a sticker on the side of it with an arrow pointing to the point, going pointy or sharp edge or something.
Pointy bits.
But yeah, the thing just runs awesome. It's and when you look at it, it's kind of. I mean, yeah, it don't have the closed loop steppers, but it's got the big NEMA 34s, and so it's the closest thing to a DIY alt mill is that I'll have. And I love the alt mills. They are, in my opinion, the best dollar for the what do you call it, bang for the buck or whatever.
Yeah.
I think they're and there's a lot of close seconds. Some of these other machines, but anyway, let me before I keep rambling on here, I got something opened up over here. Let me share my screen here. We'll talk about this a minute. I got an email today. The Vectric user group, Vectric online user group meeting is coming up in about 3 months, October 17th or October 16th to 17th. And I don't know. I really don't. I really don't keep up with. Uh, let's see. Where was I at here? This is what I was going to look at. Yeah, here's their thing. Um, and like I said, I really don't keep up with these. But have they stopped doing the in-person thing where they meet up at a city, or are they doing both, an online one and a meetup and something? I know last year I looked around on YouTube and I saw that there's some stuff where they met in Austin
Hmm.
last year, and I know in back in the COVID days, they were doing the online thing, but now I'm surprised because this one says Vectric Online User Group is back. So maybe they figure this is a cheaper way and they can still reach more people this way. I don't know. But okay, well this says free. I thought they charged to see it, and then they
Wow.
released videos later.
Interesting.
Yeah. How to join? Okay, I didn't scroll down that far before, but I wanted to show Paul some stuff. I can.
I wonder if Becky's going to be there.
Yeah, she's going to be one of the what do you call it?
Speakers.
Yeah, her and Todd, and there's a list of them somewhere.
Well, I sure have a hard time understanding her though.
Yeah, her accent is so
It's wicked.
thick. Let me see where. See, it's not letting me click on any of this stuff. Well, let's just go like we're going to subscribe here. Okay, maybe this is where I was. Presenters. That's the word I was looking for. So we got David, Edward. I think he's the top dog there now. Somebody to be revealed. Nav. There's Becky.
There's Becky.
And there's Todd. Todd's. I think he must be Canadian because he says about and stuff like that. But other than that, I can understand him pretty good. Becky's got that thick, I don't know whether it's a Cockney accent or what, but
Picture day was the day they gave out new hoodies.
yeah, apparently. Apparently so.
Edward was sick that day.
Let's see. I was wanting to. Oh, maybe it's here. There was something I saw in here, and I wanted to show Paul, but I don't see where it's at now. Maybe it was in here. No. I think I was looking when I clicked on my email, so no, that's not it. Now, how do I get rid of that? Oh, I guess I got to do that. Anyway, I don't see what I was looking for now, but they're going to have lots of online classes, I guess, or something. I don't know. I guess I'm not sure how that works, especially with it being free. I was thinking that when they did it before.
Yeah, it was kind of like Workbench Con where you had to pay to go.
Well, I know, but I mean, even the online ones, I was thinking that you had to pay to get to see it when it was actually going on. Then later on, after it was well over, they released the videos and stuff.
Yeah, it's interesting.
But yeah. But anyway, so you got that coming up in 3 months, and you can sit right at home in your underoos and watch it for free, I guess. And check that out. Another thing I wanted to, let's see if I can go back and find this again now. If you're in Jerry's area out there in Lost Wages, there's a thing called the AWFS fair. And it took me a while because everywhere I looked, it just had those initials. And I'm like, what does that stand for? Well, I finally found it, and it stands for Association of Woodworking and Furnishings Suppliers. It's a trade show. It's coming up next week, I guess, July 22nd through the 25th. And let's see if I can. Okay, let's go here and take a look at this. It is, if I don't know what it costs to get into this thing. I didn't look to see what tickets were, but this is where this ain't for the hobbyist guys. This is high dollar equipment, commercial grade stuff, and tons of it. They have a show in Atlanta, and I can't even think of what it's called. It's WWF or something like that. It's not the Atlanta Woodworking Show. It's a different one. And it's there every other year. One year it's in Atlanta, and another year it's, I forget where, out west somewhere, I think. But I went to that once, and it's kind of like this, where you see all kinds of crazy crazy equipment stuff you'll never be able to afford. But it is cool to look at. It is really cool to look at. Let's see if I can find the.
I saw a Shaper Origin there in their little package.
Yeah.
And the saw stop.
All right. Well, somewhere on here, if I can remember where I saw it. Let's see if it's in here.
There you go. 2025 exhibitors. There you go.
Well, that's the international ones.
Oh.
Let's find this one. And I'll scroll down here real kind of slow. Well, the AWFS members. So these are the exhibitors that have been going for a while, I guess. But if I scroll down slow, you see a lot of these companies, you probably don't even know who they are.
Yeah.
Because it's all commercial stuff. But you'll see some as I scroll down here slower. You'll start seeing some that you'll recognize. Bad Dog Tools. I've seen those at the woodworking shows before, the hobbyist type woodworking shows.
Blum Ink. Man, I'm mad I'm going to miss that.
What's that?
I'm mad that I'm going to miss Blum Ink.
Oh, yeah. CR Unsrud, probably heard of them.
I have no idea what Blum Ink does.
There's Carbide 3D. In fact, if I come here, no.
Just hit okay, got it. Nope. There you go. There.
All right, so they're going to be there. David Musty Putters. Okay. Anyway, as I was scrolling down here, you'll see a few of them. There's Fanuc. That's
Maybe NEMA Labs will be there.
I don't think they made the list, Paul. I don't. We'll double check, but I don't think they made the list. That's a good one. Oh, Paul's a funny guy. And let's see.
Laguna.
Yeah. Laguna's there. Legacy's there. They make a pretty badass CNC. Let's see. Motion. That name sounds familiar.
Microfence.
Microjig is in there.
Microjig.
Probably have what's his name? Ralph. I can't think of his last name now. It's drawing a blank. Probably have him doing the demos for them out there. Next Wave CNC, that's like the Shark. And man, those guys have come a long way. I can remember back when I first wanted to build a CNC, they were about the only one that made one that was even close to my price range. And it was the ones they made out of HDPE way back in
Hey,
the day.
Onefinity's going to be there.
Infinity's going to
I
be
bet you
there.
that means that Stone's going to be
Oneida?
there.
Phantoms right there. I mean, you can see from the list of names, this is a huge show.
Yeah.
There's Saw Stop, Shaper Tools,
Shop Saver.
Shop Saver. Just a lot of.
There are no slugs there, though, is there? Those are all big companies.
Yeah. I didn't see NEMA Labs when I went through.
Tight Bond.
No.
Yeah. But anyway, a lot of. Now, interestingly enough, I didn't see Vectric in the V's here, but on their page, they're saying they're going to be an exhibitor there. So they'll be there. And that's just the ones that, if I look at the new ones, that they've got them separated. This is the ones, I guess this is their first time going. So even a bunch more. There's the Carbide 3D. A lot of international type companies over there. Maybe NEMA Labs is in this list, Paul. Oh, no, looks like we missed it. There's Nemo
No.
America.
Yeah.
I don't think that's the same thing. Nah, I don't think so. But yeah, lots of. If you like seeing cool automated equipment and just cool stuff in general, and you're in the Las Vegas area, go check that out.
Oh, there's two trees. That's all that. They do 3D printers and stuff too. And CNC machine.
Yeah, right here. Yeah. Yep. So a lot of stuff going on out there in Vegas next week. Pretty cool show, I think. So let's see what else I got on my list here. I guess I should do an unboxing. I said I had a box to open up. Y'all want to see what I got in my box?
Yeah.
All right, let me get rid of that. Let's see if I can fire up another camera here. Somebody must have a 3D printer going, or I'm hearing things.
It's me.
Not me.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, we're gonna do this.
Ooh.
You see that box? Can anybody guess what's in it?
Plywood.
Cardboard.
Man, that's a good guess, Paul. I bet you if I tell you where I bought it from, y'all be able to tell me what it is. I bought it from Ryan Drapella Woodworks from Cutting It Close in Texas. So how do you know what it is?
You got the kit for the cutting board.
No, not a kit. No,
Box of scraps.
not scraps.
HDPE.
Oh, look at here.
Ooh.
And that's on wood too. Look at that. Now that's classy right there. You're on the, can you all see this? You're on the right tool path. Cutting It Close, got their website, their phone number. Welcome to the CIC workshop, starting out with our BAM X. Y'all know what BAM X is?
Yeah,
It's an
Yes,
excellent
that's that
choice.
stuff that Hamilton uses, isn't it?
the bamboo
Yeah,
plywood.
I think Hammy uses it. But I just wanted to try it, so I didn't go crazy. I got 4 pieces. Oh, great! They're all wrapped together. Ah,
You got
yeah,
to tear the box so that you can't return it.
Boy,
see
he
if I
does a
can.
nice job of packing, doesn't he?
Ah, all right, now I got to get this plastic off of it because I wanted to hold it up and show it. Is there anybody that's watching out there in the chat that has used this stuff before? And if you have, send me a picture of what you made with it. I'd love to see it.
It's too expensive for my projects.
Oh, I don't think so, Paul.
No,
I went to try. Do you know how much this is? These are.
I'd say
I got
if I
four
had to
blanks.
guess, I would say $20 a panel.
Okay, well you're close. I think they were either $23.99 or $24.99 for a 12 by 24-inch panel.
Oh, okay.
But so I put 4 in my cart. All right, now this, I'm gonna hold it up right here. This is what they call the bourbon, but this is like a laminated thing. It's bamboo, but it's got they call this color bourbon, and then the core is the lighter bamboo. So when you carve down into it, each of these
Yeah.
outside layers are about 0.15. So you can make some really cool looking stuff because you get a good dark and light contrast
Mm-hmm.
when you carve into it. So I
And it's
got
kind of cool
two.
because the grain alternates there too.
Right,
Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
And I got 2 of the bourbon, which is this one and this one here. Beautiful looking stuff. And then I got 2 of the ones they call Tiger.
I like
Look at
that.
Ooh,
is that not
that's
slick?
really
So I bought 4 of these, 2 of the Tiger, 2 of the bourbon, and I thought, well, I want to get just enough to try it out and not go crazy like I normally do with stuff. So I ordered those and then I put them in the cart. And then, of course, I get one of those things where they go, hey, if you just order $50 more, you get free shipping. So I thought, man, you're killing me. But I went to look to see how much shipping is.
Yeah, it was going to be probably $30 for that. That shit's heavy.
Well, let me tell you what it was. The shipping weight was $26, 26 pounds, and the shipping was $11.99. And because
really.
they're in
That's
Texas, there's no tax. So it was the 4 times the $23.99 or 20. I think it was $23.99, whatever it is, plus $11.99 for the shipping. That was it. Tax, nothing else. And when I saw the shipping, because I was thinking the same thing, I'm like, yeah, it's probably going to be $30 to ship the stuff.
Yeah.
You know,
I'd like to know who they ship through. Jeez.
well, UPS is who brought it. So when I saw that, I thought, well, I'm gonna go ahead and try these 4 and pay for the shipping. And if it is as cool as some of the stuff I've seen in YouTube videos, I will maybe go crazy the next time. This stuff is just I got it
Yeah,
turned on.
I'll swatch you back.
All right.
There you go.
Yeah, this stuff is just cool. And it's all you do is carve it, and make sure you go deeper than 0.15 to get to that first one. So it is. It is. It's really nice looking stuff. So I'm excited to try that. I've got, like I said, I've got a ton of new stuff I've been designing in there because a lot of times if it's too hot, it gets so hot that I can't take it. I just shut everything down, go in, and then set in the AC and uh, draw something up. Let me get this. There we go.
I noticed that your new CNC has become of horizontal surface.
Oh no, my friend.
Oh no.
Oh no, my friend. That's a project
Oh,
left on the
it's a
table.
project waiting to happen. I see. Okay.
I know you're not used to this, Paul, but that's what's supposed to be on that horizontal surface.
Oh,
Project.
okay.
Yeah, this is actually some pieces of real ugly looking stuff that I went and got out of my shop around back. I got it from Ken Moon. He gave me a bunch of material for going up to South Carolina. Me and Jack went up there and helped him get his CNC straightened out. And he gave me a bunch of stuff. And this really looked rough. I don't have any cutoffs of it to show you how rough it looked, but this is 3 small pieces that I did a glue up on and run it through the planer. And it's some
Nice.
pretty looking stuff. But this, if you look, let's see if I can do this right here. If you look over there, that clamped up on that table, that's a cutting board.
Oh.
But it is not a cutting board that I made. It was a old raggedy looking cutting board that my neighbor, she doesn't live over here anymore, but she just recently moved to Florida a couple of months ago. But she was cleaning out her house one day, throwing out stuff, and she's like, "Oh, well, this is wood. Dave messes with wood. He'd probably like this." So she gave me that old cutting board, and you've probably seen it I've shown it in the coffee sessions before. But it was well aged and had a ring on it, and it's even had some stuff look like wormholes in it. But that's what this week's video is. I'm going to do to see how well that'll clean up, and I've done surfaces on both. When I say surface, a few thou, just to kind of clean up the edge. I did the bottom side. I took the little rubber feet off, did the bottom side, flipped it over, did the top side. And with this, I'm going to try out that newfangled, well, it's newfangled to me, Vectric V-Carve inlay feature that they have. So got it all programmed and stuff. But by the time I got this all glued up and planed, and by then it done got hot out here. So I thought, okay, first thing in the morning, I'll be out here working on that.
Sweet.
But yeah, I got all kinds of stuff planned, lots of stuff I've got designed. I can't wait to try out that Bamex stuff because I think that's going to be some really cool stuff to use. So there you go, Paul. Nanny, 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 nanny. You thought I was just junking up my new CNC over there. No, well, I do have to.
I did.
I do have to move the Bamex now, don't I?
Yeah.
Yeah, you're gonna like that Bamex because I have a couple little pieces of bamboo plywood, and one of them is I cut it into the shape of it's not the on location, but I cut it in the shape of South Carolina, and then I engraved into it the palmetto, um, the flag, the South Carolina flag into it, and it went through to that second layer and to give it some contrast and stuff like that. And it's pretty cool. And that's not even like the stark change of color from the outer layer. So that Bamex is going to look pretty good.
Okay, I'm reading through. We got a question. I'll try to come back and catch that. Yeah, got some interesting guesses. Kenneth says wood. Technically, he's right.
Actually, it's grass, isn't it? Isn't bamboo a type of grass?
Well, yeah, I think technically it is a grass. You're right. John Thompson guessed rapid change. No, not one of those. Earl Walker said Gatton CNC, which surprisingly the box is about the exact same size the Gatton CNCs used to ship in. Then he says inlay kit. No, not that. An ingrain kit, Marcelo. All good guesses here, especially when I give you the clue that I bought it from Cutting It Close. Yeah, Russ says Rob Sandstrom Designs. Turn me on to Bamex. It's good wood. He also has some YouTube video. Yeah, I've seen it. Again, he's one of the guys that has made stuff with this Bamex that every time I saw it, I go like, oh yeah, I need to get some of this stuff.
Yeah.
And I finally was just the other morning, was sitting there watching something, and I'm like, okay, Dave, just pause the TV and get up out of the chair and go back there and order some of that Bamex. So I went back there. I ordered that, and again, kudos to Ryan and his team out there. I ordered that on 9:30 Monday morning, and then Monday evening I got a notification. You know how they'll say it's shipped, but it really hasn't shipped. It means they've created the label. So I don't know whether it went out first thing Tuesday morning or what, but it's got here today, Wednesday at 5:50.
That's pretty good.
Through UPS. So that's pretty Amazon-like delivery stuff there.
Yeah.
Because I mean, UPS is usually 3-day anyway, but yeah, that was some good stuff. But I hadn't opened it. You guys saw it the same time I did, and it's really cool. I can't wait to. And the thing is, I ordered that's the smallest panel they have. I don't know what shipping would be on the bigger stuff, but the 12 by 24. Let me see if I can come over here and find it.
Are all the different design or all the different surfaces the same price?
The Tiger and the Bourbon was the same price.
Oh, okay.
Okay, now let me just share my screen again since I'm.
Oh, did you get 10% off?
Well, I guess I will on my next order.
Oh,
because I didn't. But let's see what. Okay, let's go to shop. Yeah, see, here's the Bamex. So this is where I come. Now they do sell a lot of cool stuff. The Color Core. I don't know how their pricing is compared to what's the other place that has Color Core, Inventables or something like that. I haven't compared prices, but here's the stuff. Okay, $24.99 is what it was, Paul.
Oh, okay. That's not bad.
That's for the 12 by 24 by 3, which is what I got. They have a 24 by 24, which is basically double the price, $49.99. And then the 24 by 36 is $70. So you get a little bit of a break, I guess, if you go big like that. Now, I don't know of course, maybe if you order enough of these at $70, you get free shipping. I don't know. I'll have to play around with the cart thing, put stuff in the cart.
Free shipping on orders over $150. So, I mean, you buy 2 of those and one little one.
Oh, yeah, I see it now. Okay. Yeah, so all told, it cost me right at $100 for the material and then $12 for shipping. So about $111 and some change. And depending on what you're making out of, you're making small stuff. You can make a lot of stuff out of a 12 by 24.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
So, especially if you use the painter's tape and hold down method where you don't have to take up any room with the clamps, which is that's what I've been using a lot lately is the painter's tape. Yeah.
Russ got a comment for you.
Well, yeah, I see it. He's doing quite well from best I can tell. But got a lot of great products. Yeah, the bourbon stuff and the well, here's got Baltic birch plywood. Let's just see what it runs. Oh, I don't. Oh, got to choose a thick. Hold on here. Okay, if you get a 30 by 20 inch Baltic birch plywood, 3/4 thick, it's $30, $29.99. So, and again, I guess depending on as long as you're ordering enough where you can get free shipping. And when you're ordering this kind of stuff, it don't take much to get over $150. So
Yeah.
But yeah, but I've been watching. I think Hamilton is probably one of the first ones I saw make stuff out of that BAMX stuff.
Yeah, he uses quite a bit of it.
And then of course
yeah.
I watched Ryan himself make lots of stuff out of it, and that Ron Sandstrom that Russ mentioned, and some other people, and I'm like, yeah, I've got to try some of that. So I got them and looking forward to trying it. And I think it'll go well with some of the new stuff I've designed. All right, we've been at it a little over an hour. I want to say one more thing, and then I'll shut up, and y'all can talk about whatever you want to talk about. Most people probably don't know this, but if you look down there by my YouTube channel name and look just over to the right a little bit, you'll see that join. I've had channel memberships available to my YouTube channel for about 3 years now. And I never really mentioned it, but I did mention it about 3 years ago or so. And I don't know, I think I had 15 or 20 people that were channel members at one time. Most of them have since dropped off because of my lack of content and stuff like that. But there are four people. I looked today. There are 4 people that have been loyal and channel members for a long time. So I wanted to publicly acknowledge them right now. Perp Doc, I don't have any idea who that is, but they've been a channel member for 20 months. So I appreciate your support. KS, I think you know who that is, Ryan, but I can never remember who it is. They've been a channel member for 29 months. Roger Brown, I don't know if he's in the chat. I don't think he's out there right now.
I haven't seen Roger.
He's been a channel member for 30 months. So thank you very much for your support, Roger. And my old buddy Sean at Klondike, he has been a channel member for 32 months. So
Wow.
Those 4 people that have stuck with me through thick and thin, mostly thin, really thin, I appreciate you. And let me just say that because I'm got this new badass machine over here and I'm going to start doing a lot more stuff, designing a lot of stuff, I'm actually going to make it where being a channel member is worth something. I'm going to have on my website, I'll be putting all the different SVGs or maybe VCAR files. I don't like to really do VCAR files. And if I do, I usually delete all the tool paths because everybody really needs to put their own tool paths with their own tools. But maybe the VCAR files, but for sure SVG files, maybe even some STL files if I do something 3D. with Design Spark Mechanical. But I'll be putting them over there on my website. I'm going to revamp my website, give it a new look. I haven't even touched my website, and I couldn't tell you when. It's so long that every time I go to do something on my website, I have to put in my password because it's been so long. That tells you. But I'm probably going to put some files and stuff available over there for $1 or $2. But if you are a channel member, I'll have a thing right beside the thing. If you're a channel member, all you got to do is click on it, send me an email, and you'll get whatever I got up there for free. So it will be a little extra perk for being a channel member.
Cool.
Like I said, I've had that for about 3 years now, and I've had a few, and they come and go, and I don't blame them because when the content gets thin, and there needs to be some kind of perk to make it worth that. So I plan on doing that when I do some renovations on my website. So that's pretty much all I got. Y'all got anything you want to talk about? Or
Yes.
John says the mini split. Yeah,
Eventually,
John.
That went away with BAMX.
Yeah, that might cut into my BAMX spending money now. But go ahead, Ryan.
Well, what does the Cutting It Close? They had they have a deal for. I saw it advertised, but I didn't see how much it was. That doing I think it was like a bald eagle American flag type thing on their website.
Yeah, it's when you first. Let me bring this back up. When you first go to their
There you
page,
go.
and I just watched the video of Ryan showing how to do this, and it's cool. When you get the kit, you get this stuff you're seeing right here beside you. Get a smaller piece of yellow, which is for the beak and the eye. Then you get some red. That's enough to do the stripes,
Yeah.
the red stripes. You get a little bit bigger piece of blue that will do the union here. And then, of course, when you carve in, get down low enough, the white shows up for the stars. And then, of course, the black is all this other outside part. So when you carve it last, you put little indentations so that all these kind of fit like a puzzle.
Nice.
And he even throws in some kind of glue. I forget what, some kind of super glue of some type that comes with that kit. And I haven't even looked to see how much that kit is. Where does it say? Let's shop now. See what it says.
Oh,
$50. Bucks.
How big is it?
It's pretty daggum big. Because the black is 16 by 16.
Oh, okay. That's not bad.
That's a good size. Yeah, $50. Heck, I might go ahead and get one of them.
Yeah, doing the 2-color HDPE is really cool. I mean, it's just so nice.
Well, the cool thing about that is with it being HDPE, you can stick it outside if you want.
Yeah. And it's not going to fade or anything like that.
Yeah. Rain or nothing's going to hurt it. So, yeah, that's a pretty cool thing. Yeah, I just watched that video of him showing how that goes together. And, he makes sure to tell people, like, you might be tempted to throw that big piece on and do it first, but you need to do it last and do all the smaller pieces first. So.
Oh, wow. And you get a commercial license with that $50 too.
Wow. I didn't know that. I missed that part. Those would sell well, I'll bet. Especially, we just had July 4th.
Yeah.
And of course, you get them and make them now, you'll be ready for next year because next year's the big anniversary.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's quite the thing there. $50. That's
interesting.
That's pretty neat little deal for $50, I think. All right. Anything else, Ryan, that you wanted to?
No, not today.
Okay.
I'm good.
Well,
I've been trying
I,
to recover.
I wish you good luck with your dehumidifier.
Yeah, it's over there running, so we'll see how much it's sucked up.
I don't want my buddy Ryan being moist.
No,
So,
moist is bad unless it's Friday night.
oh my goodness. All right. How about you, Paul? You got any parting words or anything you want
Yeah, since Ryan forgot, don't forget, be there Saturday night, making it up as we go along.
to? Yeah.
It's
Prime time Saturday night,
so
9 p.m. Eastern.
I tell you, it can be the height of your Saturday night.
And if that's the case, it's a pretty sad Saturday night.
I didn't want to add that.
I used to say the same thing, but think how bad it must be if they're here on a Wednesday night. Holy cow. That's pretty sad. But yeah, I appreciate all you folks. Appreciate your comments. Um,
Yeah, buy your
yeah,
Jenny bits.
get your
The
Jenny
mills.
bit. I've got the discount code right there. Dave10 will get you 10% off your Jenny bit order. And I got to confess, I had to buy a bit and I didn't buy it from Cody. First time I haven't bought a bit from Cody in years. But he didn't have it. And it's not that he was sold out. I don't think he even makes one. And that was a 3/16 spiral upcut.
Yeah.
So he hadn't got around to that one yet. He might probably one day. But a lot of times I need to make a hole in something, especially like HDPE or something that's plasticky and will melt if you use the wrong thing. And I don't want to use a 1/4 inch bit to do a 1/4 inch hole. I'd rather do something a little smaller. But a lot of times when you use the 1/8 inch bits, if you're cutting 3/4, at least the bits that I have, the cutting length is only about a 1/2 inch on the 1/8 inch bit. So I
Yeah.
can't go all the way through, or I mean, you can, but it kind of mushrooms it out when you get past the real cutting area. So I got a 3/16 spiral upcut from Whiteside, and it had 3/4 inch cutting length. So sorry, Cody, if you see it. I didn't mean to.
You can't do anything about it if he doesn't sell it. So
Yeah. But I did, when I went to look to see if he had one, I did notice that there's a couple other things that I need from Cody. So I'll be checking that out.
very good.
What is Andy saying here? I watched Dave's cast iron wooden holding trays he made. Good idea. I'm going to play Chinese and read and play Chinese and read and duplicate. Yeah. Well, it's I actually, and I mentioned this at the beginning of the video. The guy, I think his name's Mark, but it's Egan Designs. I think it's Egan is how he says it. But he's got a video that's about a year old, and he makes something very similar. He calls them skillet pallets, is what he calls them. But to me, I made mine more shaped like a paddle, so I just called it a skillet paddle. And drew my own up and put some what you call it, a flourish on it and stuff. But yeah, that's I don't usually think of something myself. I usually see it somewhere else and then go, oh, that's kind of cool, but I'll make it a little different and make it my own. So, but all right, well, I guess I don't see anybody else's. And y'all remember one more time, in case you missed the first part of the show, remember this is the last CNC Q A podcast. From now on, they'll be called this right here, Hobby CNC with Dave.
You've got
multiple. And I didn't even have to create any new graphics or everything because it's all, I'm just reusing a lot of stuff I had before.
He's got multiples of those, Paul. How many?
I noticed that.
Well, I've actually got 2 of these. And these are lasered, and then painted using my own tech lasers. The one back there,
That's an epoxy.
that's big, and I say big, it's 3 1x8s, I think, of select pine glued together to make up that board. And then it's all resin epoxy. There's a video out on that
Mm-hmm.
that I did several years ago. But yeah, that big sign used to hang on the wall of my office and would be behind me when I'm live streams from the office. But I got it out from behind the door because it just was behind the office door there, and I thought, well, I'll go ahead and bring it out here and we'll hang it up, and not that anybody can see it with my fat head in the way. But and then I noticed the CNC is not real woodworking. That's being hidden by the hose coming down for the planer. And then right underneath that, I actually put, let's see if I can move this out of the way where you can see it. Can y'all see that? That's a Southern Woodworkers thing. That's a Facebook group. It's supposed to be for Southern woodworkers, but I think they pretty much let anybody in. So anybody can get in. I know they had one time there was somebody from Maryland in it, and I thought, really, it's Maryland?
Hey, we are south of the Mason-Dixon line. Thank you very much.
Okay, well, see, you could join that if you're not already in it. That just seemed a little strange to me because I think of Maryland as pretty far up there. But anyway, all right. Well, I guess we're going to go ahead and hit the thing. Thank y'all for tuning in tonight. Like I said, I didn't mention. I mentioned I think that I'm going to have a guest next week.
Yeah.
And I haven't seen him in the chat today, but it is going to be Tom from NWWI Workshop. That's his YouTube channel. The NWWI stands for Northwest Wisconsin. And he is the guy I've been watching recently on YouTube that has not only an awesome alt mill, but he has an awesome rapid change ATC.
Yeah, he was out there earlier tonight. I don't know if he's still there, but he was out there earlier.
Did I miss him? Okay. Well, anyway, he and I are going to be doing a tech check tomorrow to make sure everything's good, and then he'll be on next Wednesday. So that'll be a good way to kick off the return to Hobby CNC with Dave, with some good demonstrations of not only his awesome alt mill, but the rapid change ATC. So if you got any questions about any of that kind of stuff, this will be the place to be next Wednesday.
Nice. Look, Marcelo, it's okay. You're going to be the 51st state pretty soon, and then you can get it in the state of Canada.
Or if you want to meet me in Sarnia.
Yeah.
Of course, that's quite a drive for you to get to Sarnia, but
Marcel, he's just barely a Canadian, and he just barely over the
Niagara Falls. Yeah, he's just across the river. He could take the cable car and be in New York.
Okay.
Yep. Just be that 51st state. That's all you got to do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's easy.
All right. Well,
look, and your money will be worth more then.
Yeah.
Maybe. All right. Well, let's say goodnight and get out of here. So everybody have a good one. We will see y'all next week. Look for a new thumbnail. Be a brand new thumbnail.
Nice.
See y'all next week, folks.
Peace out, people.